Let me tell you something most riders don't realize. The road does not become more dangerous when you turn 60, but your margin for error gets smaller. Not because you are a bad rider, not because you forgot how to ride, but because your body changes. Your reaction time slows just a little. Your vision adjusts just a little. Your reflexes are not as sharp as they were at 30, and normally that is not a problem until something unexpected happens. A car pulls out, traffic suddenly stops, a rider in front of you makes a mistake, and in that moment, you don't get a second chance. You get one reaction, and that reaction decides everything. Now, here is the part most riders don't expect. There is a simple rule, something so basic that it can give you that extra margin, that extra time, that extra safety. It is called the 3-second rule, and most riders think they understand it, but very few actually use it the right way. And even fewer realize how important it becomes after 60, because this is not just about distance, it is about survival. Where I first understood this, I did not learn this from a book. I learned it the hard way. It was a normal ride. Nothing special. Clear road. Light traffic. The kind of ride where your mind starts to relax a little. You are not thinking about danger. You are just riding. I was following a pickup truck on a 2-lane road. Not too close. At least that is what I told myself. I had done this 1,000 times before. Same distance, same speed, same comfort. Everything felt normal. Smooth, controlled, until it didn't. The truck in front of me slammed the brakes. No warning, no signal, just instant red brake lights and a full stop. And in that moment, everything slowed down. I remember my right hand tightening on the brake. I remember the front suspension diving hard. I remember the rear getting light for a second. And I remember one very clear thought. This is closer than it should be. That split second felt longer than it actually was. But the distance disappeared fast. Faster than I expected. Faster than I was ready for. I stopped in time. Barely. Close enough to see details I should never have been that close to. And for a second, I just sat there, heart beating faster, breathing heavier, realizing what just happened. Because the truth hit me immediately. Nothing was wrong with the road. Nothing was wrong with the bike. The mistake was mine. I was not leaving enough space. Not for my current reaction time, not for a sudden stop, not for real-world riding. I was riding based on how things usually go, not how quickly things can go wrong. And that was the moment everything changed. That was the day I stopped guessing distance and started respecting it. That was the day I started taking the 3-second rule seriously. What most riders get wrong, most riders think the 3-second rule is simple. Pick a point, count, keep distance. That is it. But that is not how real riding works. Because real roads are unpredictable. Speeds change, traffic changes, your focus changes, and most importantly, your body changes. What worked for you at 40 may not be enough at 60, and that is where many experienced riders make a quiet mistake. They rely on old habits, old comfort zones, old reaction patterns, without realizing those margins have changed, not dramatically, but enough to matter. What the 3-second rule really means. The 3-second rule is not just about distance. It is about time. Time to see. Time to understand what you are seeing. Time to think. Time to decide what to do next. Time to react. And most importantly, time to stop. Because when something goes wrong on the road, everything happens fast. Faster than you expect. And without enough time, even a good rider can run out of options. Here's how it actually works. You pick a fixed object on the road ahead, a sign, a shadow, a crack in the pavement, anything that does not move. When the vehicle in front of you passes that point, you start counting. 1, 2, 3, calm, steady, not rushed. If your front wheel reaches that same point before you finish counting, you are too close. Simple as that. But here is what most riders don't realize. This is not about following a rule, it is about creating a buffer, a safety gap, a space where you can make decisions without panic. Because inside those 3 seconds, a lot is happening. You are scanning the road, watching brake lights, reading movement, preparing your hands and feet. And if something unexpected happens, you are not reacting late. You are already ready. That is the difference. It sounds simple, but what it really gives you is control. Because when you have space, you have time. And when you have time, you have options. And on a motorcycle, Options are what keep you alive. Why it matters, more fought for after 60. Now here is the part most riders never talk about. As we get older, we don't lose skill, we lose time. Milliseconds, tiny delays, the kind you don't even notice. But on a motorcycle, those milliseconds matter, because at 60 miles per hour, you are covering almost 90 feet every second. That means even a small delay can close a huge distance. And if you are already riding too close, you have no room left to recover. That is why the 3-second rule becomes critical. It quietly gives you back that lost margin. It compensates for what time takes away, and it does it without changing how you ride, just how you space. But here is where it gets even more important, because 3 seconds is not always enough. When 3 seconds fails you on paper, 3 seconds sounds safe, and in ideal conditions, it is. Clear road, good visibility, predictable traffic. But real riding is rarely ideal. Rain, night riding, heavy traffic, aggressive drivers. All of these change everything. And yet, many riders still stick to the same distance. No adjustment, no extra margin. That is where problems begin. Because the 3-second rule is not a fixed number. It is a starting point, not the limit. The 4 and 5-second reality. There are situations where 3 seconds simply does not give you enough time. And experienced riders know this. They don't just follow rules, they adapt them. For example, if you are riding at higher speeds, you need more time, not more distance. More time, because speed eats distance faster than you think. At highway speeds, that extra second can be the difference between a smooth stop and a close call. So many riders naturally extend it. 4 seconds, sometimes 5, especially when conditions are not perfect. Wet roads, low visibility, heavy traffic, or when following larger vehicles like trucks, because those situations reduce your ability to react early. And when you cannot see clearly, you need more space to think. The problem with big vehicles. Let me tell you something that caught me off guard years ago. Following a truck feels safe. Big vehicle, easy to see, but it creates a hidden problem. You cannot see what is happening ahead of it. You lose visibility, you lose anticipation, and that is dangerous. Because now you are reacting late. Every single time. You are not predicting, you are responding. And that delay costs you time. That is why following larger vehicles requires more than 3 seconds, sometimes 4, sometimes more. Because you are riding blind, and blind riding demands more space. Highway riding versus city riding. Now let's talk about something many riders misunderstand. The 3-second rule changes depending on where you ride. City riding feels slower, more controlled, but it is actually more unpredictable. Cars turning, pedestrians crossing, sudden stops, short distances. Everything happens faster than you expect, and that means your reaction window is smaller. In the city, 3 seconds is often the minimum, sometimes not even enough, because hazards appear instantly. On the highway, things are more predictable, but speeds are higher, which means mistakes become bigger, faster, more dangerous. So while you might feel more relaxed, you actually need more space, not less. Because stopping distance increases with speed, and that extra second becomes critical. The ego trap. There is another problem that no one likes to admit. Ego. Many experienced riders feel confident riding close. It feels controlled, sharp, precise. You feel like you are in command, but that confidence can become a trap. Because it is based on how things usually go, not how things can go wrong. And riding is not about what usually happens. It is about what happens when things don't go as expected. That is where space becomes your best defense. Not skill, not speed. Space, because space gives you time, and time gives you control. A small change that makes a big difference. What surprised me the most after I started using this properly was how small the change felt. You are not riding slower. You are not changing your style. You are just adding space. But that space changes everything. You feel more relaxed, less pressure, more aware of your surroundings. And when something unexpected happens, you are ready, not reacting late, not panicking, just responding. But here is where most riders miss the final piece. Because the 3-second rule is not just about distance, it is about awareness. The awareness. Most riders miss. A lot of riders focus on distance. How far, how fast, how many seconds. But the real skill is not counting. It is seeing what is about to happen. Before it happens, the car drifting in its lane, the driver looking down at their phone, the brake lights 2 cars ahead, not just the one in front of you. These are the signals. And the more space you have, the easier they are to notice. Because when you ride too close, your world becomes smaller. You only see what is right in front of you. But when you create distance, your vision expands. You start reading the road, not reacting to it. Reading the road. Ahead one habit changed everything for me. I stopped focusing on the vehicle directly in front of me and started looking beyond it. 2 cars ahead, sometimes 3. Watching patterns, brake lights, lane changes, small movements. Because traffic gives you clues. It tells you what is about to happen, if you are paying attention. And when you combine that awareness with proper spacing, you gain something most riders never talk about: control. Not just control of the bike, control of the situation. The habit that keeps you riding longer. I have met riders in their 70s, still riding confidently, still enjoying every mile. And you know what they all have in common? They are not aggressive riders. They are not trying to prove anything. They ride with space, with awareness, with patience. They give themselves time to react, time to adjust, time to stay safe. And that is the real secret. Not faster riding, smarter riding. Because the goal is not just riding, Tade. The goal is riding for the next 20 years. The difference 1 second makes. Let me leave you with something simple. 1 extra second. That is all it takes. From 3 seconds to 4. That 1 second can give you more braking distance, more reaction time, more control. And sometimes it gives you a second chance. And on a motorcycle, a second chance is everything. The road does not forgive mistakes, but it does reward preparation. The 3-second rule is not complicated, does not require skill, it does not require experience. It just requires awareness and a small decision to give yourself space. Because as we get older, we don't stop riding. We just need to ride smarter. And sometimes, the smallest changes make the biggest difference. And before we finish, if you are someone who wants to start earning money with faceless YouTube channels like this one, there is actually a way to skip the long wait for monetization. Some creators use a service that helps them reach the 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers requirement much faster, so they can start earning sooner. If you want to learn more about that, you can check the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more real riding insights, safety tips, and lessons that actually help you stay on the road longer. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and I will see you in the next one.